That was funny. I wasn't expecting that. See, yeah, I'll definitely have to get this landscape thing in. Because YouTube zooms me in. I feel like I need to zoom out. Alright, so hello, welcome to Pint Time Backpacker Mike. Episode 109, Top 10 Pilgrimages Around the World. Pilgrimage hikes, I should say. Pilgrimage hikes around the world.
I had to watch my pride. Learning from my mom's teachings, I had to watch my stride. She told me, little king, watch way.
Special shout out to the Rudians. This is the song that is playing. The Rudians, Lion in the Jungle. Search them on YouTube. Search the Rudians, Lion in the Jungle. You will find them on YouTube. Give them a like, follow, subscribe, and a share. Tell them Backpacker Mike sent you. My boy Terrence is the lead singer for the band. Very, very, very good band. Very good band. They've been playing out a lot in California.
Drinking these waters.
Hopefully everybody can figure out how to get on this thing while I'm actually live. I did the 18 and over so you guys can comment, which is really stupid. But anyway, real quick, while people are getting on and everyone's getting the notifications and trying to figure out how to get on and all that stuff, I'll go through the beers that I tried over on Instagram. Also, I did my very first TikTok Pint Time. It is a brief, very limited version of Pint Time on TikTok. I basically give you one travel tip, and I taste one beer real quick, do a quick little pour for you, explain the beer, and that's it. And that is on TikTok. So we have Pint Time, mini Pint Time on TikTok now. It's literally 3 minutes long. But over on Instagram, right before YouTube here, I actually tried Big Storm Brewing out of Tampa, Florida. Big Storm Brewing Nitro Oats and Hose. Oats and Hose. I did the Oats and Hose, the Big Storm Brewing Oats and Hose. And again, if you're new to the show, please hashtag or at the brewery if they have a YouTube channel or something. Who knows? But maybe they'll pick up on it and appreciate me trying their beers. This was 6.5% on the Richter scale, or if you're new to the show, aka ABV, alcohol by volume. I call it the Richter scale because sometimes you feel like you get an earthquake in your head. So, Oats and Hose by Big Storm. I scored this one an 8.5. 8.5 for Oats and Hose. The next one I tried over on Instagram was Oscar Blues Brewing Company. Oscar Blues Brewing Company, Death by Coconut. It is an Irish-style porter brewed with coconut and chocolate. This was literally like Almond Joy. It was literally like Almond Joy. Very good, very good. It had a very nice coconut flavor and also a slight sort of dark chocolate sort of flavor. But it was very good, nevertheless. The next one we will move on to is Real Love by the Rudians. And if I miss a comment right away, please forgive me, because I have to tap the screen in order to see the comments, apparently. Hey Kim, good to see you on. Jank Schlop, that must be Jordan. TV behind you with your face reminds me of the Hello John scene from Jurassic. Hello John. Man, I ain't seen that movie in a while. That's a good one, Jordan. That's a good one. All right, so Death by Coconut, Oscar Blues. I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. It was very good porter. If you can get your hands on this, please do so. Oscar Blues is one of those sort of like cult-like kind of breweries. They've been around, I believe, since the 50s or 60s, I want to say. Started by one guy, older guy now, but very good porter. I would buy a 6-pack of this for sure. Definitely a very good campfire beer with your s'mores and all that stuff. This one mostly had, I mean, it was oats. It was basically, there's 200 pounds of oats that they made to brew this. Obviously, there's not 200 pounds of oats in every can, but they used 200 pounds of oats to brew the entire batch that they did. Which Big Storm Brewing Company is a fairly big, not like a Budweiser big or a Samuel Adams big, but they're a big micro brewery, we'll say, we'll put it that way. They put out some good stuff too. So those are the two that I tried over there, but definitely the Oscar Blues you should give a whirl. Here on YouTube today, what I will be trying for you guys, and you can pick which one I try first. I will try both of them. For anyone who is here for the beer, I'm a poet and don't know it. But anyone who is here for the beer, why did that not delete there? Hey, look at that. It went to Pint Time with Backpacker Mike. How cool is that? I just played the playlist. I know exactly what you mean. Let's see. I really want to do like a new, different playlist. So the ones I will be trying for you on Facebook are, or I'm sorry, on YouTube are I wonder if can I just play all of them at once? Rather than just a specific playlist? Huh. Interesting. I know exactly what you mean. Real love, baby, real love. Alright, I guess I'll go back here. I'll just do, let me do this. I'll play all of Greece. How about Greece? You guys want to go to Greece? Hey, cuz, good to see you on. Kathy, hey, what's up? Happy Saturday. Hey, Kim. I think I already said hey, Kim. Look at everybody's on so far. I think the only one we're missing is Yoshi. Which maybe Yoshi isn't getting on YouTube. It's pretty late over there for him. It's going on like, I don't know, man, it's about 12:30 for him, I guess. Because they're 6 hours ahead. Or he's 5 hours ahead. Anyway, alright, you guys pick. Which one I try first? Oh, I didn't even tell you guys yet. My bad. Alright, here on YouTube, what I'm going to try with you guys is Left Hand Brewing Company. I've tried several Left Hand Brewing Companies. They are very good. Very good. Generally, Left Hand Brewing, I love their milk stout. Left hand milk stout. This one is Left Hand Brewing Company's Black Forest Nitro Cherry Chocolate Stout. How about that? Black Forest Nitro Cherry Chocolate Stout by Left Hand. I am assuming this is going to taste like a bit of like a chocolate cake with cherries in it. Would be my guess. From our left hand to yours. So should I drink it left-handed? I should show it Left Hand Brewing. This one is, it says super smooth and sinful with black cherries and cocoa nibs. It runs 7.7% on the Richter scale. 7.7% on the Richter scale. Again, if you're new to the show, I said it earlier, but I'll say it again. The Richter scale is the ABV or alcohol by volume. How about that? The comments are staying up there right now. Yep, but you can keep saying hey. All right, hey Kim. Hey, yo, Beth.
Apple Business Essentials is
Yo. I just shut that off of there on accident. What's up, Beth? Beth and Brian, Mad Brews. My sponsors, Mad Brews, are on. Sherry says cherry. Sherry says cherry. Hey, I'm poet, don't know it. If you're here for the beer first. Yeah, so Black Cherry Nitro. Also, if you're new to the show, or hashtag the brewery, they may have a YouTube channel or may pick up on it. Who knows? And may send us a message and thank us for watching the show. This is actually when I was in Poland. And this is in Krakow, Poland. The other one was in Warsaw, Poland. And this right here is Auschwitz 1. Yes, I did visit Auschwitz. Auschwitz 1 and 2 in Krakow, Poland. This is Pompeii. This must be my, Let's Experience the World Together, Backpacker Mike. So this is basically a quick version or a condensed version of all of my trips around the world in small little clips. This is Malta and my drone. Right there. So the next one I have to try for you guys is the 2-Pump Chump. I love this can, the 2-Pump Chump. Imagine that, the 2-Pump Chump. It is a hazelnut coffee porter, but look at that artwork on that can. That is absolutely awesome. Love it. Very cool. Hopefully the beer tastes as good as the can is cool. However, I do not know what the Richter scale or ABV on this is. It is not on the can that I saw anywhere, but I believe it is somewhere around 7.5%. It is by Angry Chair Brewing Company out of Tampa, Florida. It is a brown porter with hazelnut coffee added. So they added the hazelnut coffee at the end and did not brew the beer with it. And then obviously I have my Guinness for last. Today I will be having my semi-traditional Guinness Extra Stout at the end of the show. So you guys pick which one I try first. And I think Sherry said cherry. Sherry said cherry chocolate. Kim says cherry chocolate. Kim says cool can. Yeah, for sure. Who are we missing? I think, Kathy's on there. Cool. We only got 3 people on here. So share the live, guys. But I will say, when you share the live, leave a little message for that person and tell them that it is 18 and over. So the best way to view the live is to just go to their YouTube app and click on it, because it will show that you are over 18 and they can just go to the channel and watch the live. Hopefully. I think that's the biggest problem that we're having. There's the Roman Colosseum. I think and this St. Peter's Cathedral, St. Peter's Basilica. Anyway, I think part of the problem we're having with YouTube is people trying to figure out how to log on to the show. And then once I upload it, I think it's fairly easy. So anyway, all right, we're going to go on and try the Black Forest, the Cherry Chocolate Stout. That is what both Kims picked first. So let's see. We will do the Black Cherry Stout in my sponsors, Mad Brews. We will be doing it in this lady was super cool. She was she was my free walking tour I got in Rome. It was free. I gave her a €20 tip. I think that was fair. She was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. She did a fantastic job. And then she said, let's experience the world together in Italian with me. And very cool. She was very cool people. If you ever go to Rome, anywhere you go, really, just Google free walking trips, free walking tours in the area near me or whatever. I guarantee you will find some. They work off of tips. Very cool. All right, so I will pour this into my sponsor, Mad Brews, left-hand tap puller cup, as I always say. There is some nitro in there. There might actually be a nitro cap in there. That's what it sounded like to me anyway. I don't know if you guys heard that. All right, so the nose out of the can really isn't anything to kind of like write home about. I don't smell any cherry, maybe a slight hint of chocolate. I don't know. All right, let's give it a whirl. Left hand, Black Forest Cherry Chocolate Stout Nitro. Cheers, Prost, Slancha, and Skol for my Nordic friends if and when they ever pop on. Okay. Cobus. This is what's called a Coke sister. You can't really see Cobus on there. This is what's called a Coke sister in South Africa. Oh, man, I could eat like a whole bag of those and not even feel guilty about it. I'm telling you guys, man, they're so good. It's like this really airy kind of dough, and they twist it. They, roll it in like a roll, and then they twist it, and then after they bake it or fry it, they set it in like simple syrup or honey, and it soaks up. Oh my gosh, it's just to die for. To die for. It's good. It's good. It's got, like, I'm definitely getting the chocolate. It's not hard to get chocolate or cocoa nibs or whatever when they put them in beer. It's generally not that difficult. Where's the other one? I guess I played on them already. Alright, let's find a playlist then. I will create a playlist one of these days, man. I just got so much bad stuff going on. Alright, give me a playlist, guys. Tell me a genre that you want to listen to. Beach music, Irish, Spanish guitar, whatever you want. This was the cultural experience in South Africa in Sun City Center, just outside of Pilanesberg, South Africa. I absolutely love this. I got to meet all four of those guys there. Beautiful guys, man. Taught me a lot about African culture and history, tribal African culture and history. This guy here, Sammy, super cool guy. He's into like the documentary. He's a camera guy. He's a documentary guy. Very, into like that type of world with my boy Cobus. He was such a comedian that day. That was actually in Soweto, South Africa, when we were hanging out there, and that's Cobus right there. Man, I love that day. That day was just absolutely beautiful. That is downtown Soweto. I went to Nelson Mandela's house. Just amazing. Amazing. Beach or Irish? Kim says. Alright, we did Irish on Instagram, so let's do beach ambiance music. And that was in Thailand, in Bangkok. And this is in Australia. Actually, this is probably a pretty good one to show you guys. I can't remember if this island reggae thing got me in trouble or not. Beach house ambiance. No, that's not gonna work. We need music. Surf and Soul. I wonder what this is about. As long as we don't have any copyright, we're good. Alright, let's do the pour on this thing. That's my mate Mike Turtle from Bribey Island, Australia. This was in Brisbane. Brisbane, Australia. Again, if you guys see any video up there you're interested in. This is like a jazzy kind of beach ambiance. This is relaxing soul music, chill out cafe. Anyway, let's do the pour. You see how dark it is. Let's see. Does it get alive? It's trying to get there. Not quite as much as the other porters and stouts. Kind of hanging in there just a wee bit. You see all these little bubbles here, kind of slowly moving their way up. Yeah, the nose to me it just smells like stout. This is Bribey Island. This is actually right behind Mike and Annette's house. That's the I forget what that ocean's called, but the ocean between the northwest coast of, or northeast coast of Australia. It's like right there on the, got TOT, tip of the tongue syndrome. I don't know, man. It smells kind of smoky, actually. It smells... Let's give it a whirl. It's not bad. I'm just going to pour the rest into the mug. You can see how dark it is, but my only thing is like, where's the beer head at? Like, the beer head on a stout should be like this. Especially a nitro stout. I heard that psh, and I thought there was a nitro can, like a nitro thing in there, but there's not. So weird. Let's see. Left hand, Black Forest, nitro. It's hard to say, you know. I mean, I don't really get the cherry from it. I'm getting a sweet kind of flavor from it. Sweet, slightly bitter, like stout flavors, you know. This was saying something about nitro and every sip or something, I think, when I read earlier. But it's a good beer. I'm just trying to decide, because you guys know me when I score beers. If the label is pushing this, then it better taste like that. Because, let's face it, guys, especially if you're into craft beers, you select a beer based off of this, right? So, if I select a beer that says Black Forest Chocolate Cherry Stout, I expect to get not only the chocolate, but also a hint of cherries, because as you see, there's just a couple cherries splattered on there, so it's like a chocolate cherry stout. I don't know. I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8. And that, man, I'm kind of teetering between a 7.5 and an 8. Because I ever so slightly get cherry. It's like a maraschino cherry, so it's going to be sweet. But I ever so slightly get cherry. So I'm going to do a first here on Pint Time. I think the chat worked now. Oh, Yoshi, you're on. Yay! Have some technical struggle at YouTube chat. Sorry. Oh, okay. All right. So everybody's good, right? I need to win the lotto. My bucket list grows daily. I know, right, Kim? If I win, I will take you, Mike, and Kim with me for a Pint Time trip together. Awesome. Hey, Jerry, good to see you, bro. Special shout out to Jerry, man. He just started a new job. He just left a job. I'm not going to throw too much out there, Jerry, because I know it's your personal business, but he left a job he was with for a very long time and was somewhat scared to leave initially. He finally left, went to a great new job, absolutely loves it. That is awesome, Jerry. Awesome. It just goes to show, man, like, don't fear change. don't fear change. Change is not your enemy. Change is not your enemy. It is not something to be scared. It's not something to be nervous about. But congratulations, Jerry. Everybody send Jerry a congratulations on his new amazing job that he absolutely loves. Damn, the Amarula will make me drunk. It is so tasty and I drink so much. Awesome, Jerry. You're very welcome. Yeah, Yoshi sent me this gift the other day that had John Belushi from back in the day. Some of you may not remember him, but it was a GIF, G-I-F. It was a GIF of John Belushi drinking a fifth of Jack Daniels and the movie Animal House. And he says, I have bottle of Amarula for pint time. And the gift was John Belushi drinking that, and it says, F my liver. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. Change is not your enemy. I have to say that. It's 100% true. Absolutely. Yoshi, change and fear. Change and fear are not your enemy. They only become your enemy when you allow them. When you allow them to become an enemy. And I know this. I experienced this firsthand. I know this because it took me a lot of time to try and leave where I was working at, to live my dreams of traveling the world and experiencing new cultures and doing what I do. It took me a lot of time to decide to one day just say, screw it, I'm doing it. I'm living my dreams and I'm not going to look back. But fear was my enemy. Once I made fear my friend and change my friend, everything changed. Everything changed. Everything changed. So Mike is going to Zen after this episode. Awesome. You're so cool, Yoshi. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, I got to go into the Zen mode. I got to go into the professional life coach mode. I got to try to inspire you guys to live your dreams. Live your dreams. Next time you drive past the cemetery. Even if you have to pull into the cemetery and sit there in your car for a second to reflect, do it. And think about how many thousands of people are in that cemetery and how many thousands of people died that are buried in that cemetery that didn't live their dreams because they were scared. Don't ever be on your deathbed with your dreams, the ghost of your dreams, standing around your bed yelling at you saying, we came to you to give us life, and you refused to give us life. And now life is over. Now it's over. You may start another life in a different skin capsule that you may or may not remember your parts of your or aspects of your old life. But I'm telling you guys, live your dreams, man. Don't let them go unlived. Don't be laying on your deathbed listening to your dreams yell at you. Don't die with regret. Don't die with regrets. I'm just saying. Anyway, let's try this 2-pump chump and then let's get on with the show real quick. Change can be scary, but also a wonderful thing. Absolutely, Kim. I mean, it all depends on how you put it in here. If you go into change scared, then change is going to be scary. If you go into change with the expectation of excitement and something new and something beautiful that may happen, then change is going to be fun. Change is going to be exciting. It's all about how you think about it. It's all about how you think about it. What you believe in here projects here. Plain and simple. That's the way it works. Is that like me right now? Because that looks like me right now. Why is that me right now? It is me right now. I'm like seconds behind. How did that... That's so crazy. Look at that, man. Anyway, all right. I don't know how that happened, but I am live on the TV too, and it's kind of hard to see. But at any rate, that's really bizarre. Really bizarre. All right, let's do this 2 pump chump real quick. Whoa, that came out. All right, so 2 pump chump is a hazelnut coffee porter. It says, however, the hazelnut coffee was added at the end. So basically they brewed a porter and then added the extracts at the end. Oh man, woo! That is screaming hazelnut. That is screaming hazelnut. Listen to my good lesson. Thanks, Yoshi. I appreciate it. English quality die with my alcohol. Yoshi, we love your English, man. What are you talking about? We love your English. Yes, Kathy, we love Yoshi. Yoshi is our man. He's our dude. Jordan says, hello, John. Who's John? Wait, did I miss John? I don't know. I must have missed John. Anyway, hi, John, if that's the case. That's so bizarre seeing me like right now. It's like a 5-second delay, but it's really weird. All right. Man, the nose on this is like strong hazelnut, all day long hazelnut. All right, 2 pump jump by Angry Chair Brewing out of Tampa, Florida. Oh man, freaking nailed it. Nailed it. Nailed it, nailed it, nailed it, nailed it. If you're into coffee, if you're into porter, if you're into coffee porters, hazelnut, man, I think they did this justice by adding the hazelnut extract at the end. I'm assuming it was an extract, unless they threw a bunch of hazelnuts into the porter and just let it sit for a while. But I'm assuming it's a hazelnut extract. But oh man, yeah. If you're if you're into hazelnut and you're into porter, absolutely. I mean, this just screams hazelnut chocolate porter all across the palate. No change. Absolutely perfect. Also, you get a bit of the coffee flavor at the end of it. Man, they just nailed it. I honestly, like, I'm trying to find some kind of fault in it. That kind of bothers me. Having that live while I'm live. Let me I don't know why it bothers me, but it does. I wonder what else it shows me on here though. Hey, look at that. It shows all your guys' comments underneath there. Maybe that's what I'll do. All right. I'll leave your comments up down there. That way I don't have to keep flicking on the screen. So you guys can see your comments up here. I wonder if I can do this. Nope, that ain't right. Actually, that works out perfect. Although I'm sure you guys want to see the videos up there. But 3 cheers to Yoshi. Hazelnut is my thing. I love hazelnut drinks. My Arula drink now is a mix between hazelnut and chocolate. But coffee is not my thing. Yeah, but honestly, Yoshi, with this 2 pump chump, I don't know why they called it a 2 pump chump. Maybe it was like 2 pumps of hazelnut or something. Honestly, the coffee is there ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. But the hazelnut and the creaminess and the porter flavor of it is just stunning. I mean, it's perfect. It's perfectly made. Good job, Angry Chair. Good job, Angry Chair. All right, let's do this pour, and then we will get on with the show. So again, if you're watching the replay, I think I forgot to say this in the beginning, but if you're watching the replay, if you're into the beer, it's all in the beginning. If you're not into the beer, just hit the little slide bar down there and slide past the beer, get to the show, and watch the top 10 pilgrimage hikes around the world. It's that simple. So don't bail out on me so early. Don't bail out on me early. Give it a chance. All right, check it out. Got nice frothy beer head there. Nice dark stout or porter, sorry. Oh yeah, I mean the nose on the hard pour is just as stunning, if not more stunning. Yoshi says my next bottle is a Sharon. Ah, that's cool, Yoshi. You're gonna share a bottle with my cousin. That's just, man, gosh. I'm really trying not to give out that many 10s, honestly. But I gotta say, when it comes to a hazelnut coffee porter, Angry Chair, 2 Pump Chump, nailed it. 10. It's probably one of the best coffee porters I've had, honestly. Angry Chair, Brewing Company out of Tampa. 2 Pump Chump. I love the artwork on this. You know, he's got his coffee cup there, and he's kind of smoking. But yeah, 2 Pump Chump hazelnut coffee. Man, that's just perfect. Absolutely stunningly perfect. So I'm gonna save the best for last, and I'll go back to the Black Forest. So, all right, let's get on to the show. I know you guys probably don't want to watch this, although it's far easier for me to see the comments. I'll tell you what. I'll let you guys pick. You guys pick if you want me to play my videos up here, and then I'll go back and figure something out. See if I'm confident to try. Yeah, Yoshi, there are some that you get that are coffee porters, like a hazelnut coffee porter, a coconut coffee porter. Some of them have the flavor profile of coffee more up front. I like coffee. I have coffee every morning. I'm not like a afternoon and evening coffee guy, but absolutely every morning I have coffee. Which you probably remember from the Kimono, me having the café con leche, por favor, por double espresso con leche, por favor. But anyway, yeah. So, but the coffee flavor in this is not. It's not that up front. It's a nice subtle sort of thing. Yeah, I know it's hard to see the screen. See, that's weird. You guys come up. Oh, because I have Kathy and Kim as moderators. That's why you guys come up with this little wrench, and your letter and your names are blue on my computer. Because you guys, Kathy and Kim, can control comments and delete comments and many other things for me. Aw, thanks, cuz. Alright. Yeah, because if I scroll up here, there I am. It's about a 10-second delay. So you drink. Alright, let's just go back here. Alright, I'm going to scroll through the playlist. You guys tell me which one you want to see. Do you want to see my micro movies around the world? Sorry, some of these are my private playlists. My meditation playlist, my philosophical playlist, or philosopher playlist, Alan Watts, If you guys don't know Alan Watts, search him on YouTube. The guy is absolutely amazing. He has taught me so much about myself. You know, in Taoism, they say the teacher doesn't arrive until the student is ready. The student does not know who that teacher may be. For me, my teacher arrived with Alan Watts. Alan Watts is probably one of the best philosophers that I have ever listened to in my life. Alan Watts and Ram Dass are right up there. If you haven't looked them up, check them out. Alan Watts, ALANWATTS, and Ram Dass, RAMDAS. Ram Dass is from the United States. He did a pilgrimage to India and became a guru and many other things. And Alan Watts is a philosopher who actually started out as a Protestant, I believe, Protestant priest, did his way through Christianity, then went to study Eastern philosophies like Taoism and Buddhism and many others. And then he came to teach philosophy at Cal Berkeley in California. Absolutely stunning guy. So, for sure, gotta look at that. Check him out. I'll be sure. I told him he's a great entertainer. All right, cool. Kim votes for Ireland and Malta. Yeah, I gotta figure out why those playlists are not showing up on here. Because when I do this, all those playlists should show up on it. But view full playlist. Ah, there we go. Maybe? No. That's just Colin Dillon. Alright, maybe I go to videos. But that doesn't... It's so weird because I have playlists set up for literally every single country. But when I go to playlists... Maybe I go to created playlists. Maybe, there we go. Alright, now we're in business. Now we're in business. Maybe. I think my playlist got messed up somehow. Because I had like Ireland in here and... Anyway, I gotta get on the show, so... Alright, I guess we'll just do the micro movie. And we'll start with Amsterdam. We'll do the mini movies. There's about 5 of them. They're about, I don't know, 8 to 10 minutes long. Alright, let's get on to the show. Top 10 pilgrimage hikes around the world. So hopefully if you're new to the show, you just kind of like skim through if you weren't into the beer. Let's get on to the show because I really want to share this information for you guys. Number 10 is Glastonbury Tour, in the UK. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Alright, cool. Glastonbury Tour, UK. It's only a half a day's hike. Not that big of a hike. It's still a fairly decent climb, though. But it is said to be a journey of rebirth and one you will return from completely transformed. Pagan traditions and Catholic traditions are abundant here. The tour, because remember, Catholics sort of blended in with paganism to bring pagans into the fold of Catholicism. And so a lot of the sites of paganism became sites of Catholicism, like Easter. Easter represented the spring solstice in paganism. Christmas celebrated the I think Dad's yelling. Celebrated like the winter solstice, etc., etc. Anyway, it's only about a half day's hike. The pagan traditions and Catholic traditions are abundant here. The tour was within easy distance of Stonehenge, which was built sometime between 3000 and 2000 BC, and it is believed that the tour and Stonehenge are connected. So I watched a documentary many months ago, maybe even a year ago, on the area of Stonehenge and what people feel like it meant, this, that, or the other. So this documentary actually found all these other sites like Tor that when they did a sort of like topical computer generation of all of these different areas around Stonehenge, that all of these intersected at a specific point in the middle of Stonehenge. And they believe that Tor was connected to Stonehenge in some way, shape, or form, whether it was a solstice with the sun, when the sun shined through an aspect of Stonehenge, that it hit Tor, and when it hit Tor and the site there at Tor, then that became everybody knew that it was like the summer solstice kind of thing, or whatever it was. Thousands gather every year at the Tor and at Stonehenge for summer and winter solstices. So a lot of people, thousands of people gather there. Most of them are from pagan tradition and pagan, religion and so forth, because there still are pagans around today. What you doing, Daddy-O? Burn, 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 burn. Get in your chariot and ride on over here. Hopefully it doesn't rain. I know it's storming. It's like thundering and stuff. I got this guy. This guy just showed up. I just zoomed in on you, Daddy-O. Say hi to everybody.
Yodi!
Yodi! This is my dad. This is YouTube, so this is new. This is my dad, Sam. World War II vet, as you can see there. He says hi to everybody.
Howdy doody.
Howdy doody. Yeah, it's going to be storming here in a minute. Yoshi said, whoa, what was that? Yoshi says, hi, Dad.
Hi, Yoshi.
And Sharon Scalati says, hey, Uncle.
Yep.
And Kim says, hey, Dad. And
Hey, Kim, where you been?
hey, Kim, where you been? He said. And Kathy says, yo, Dad. Yo, Daddy-O, she says. Everybody loves you, Dad.
Dad's going in the house.
Dad's going in the house. Yeah, I bet. Hopefully I'll be done here shortly. I got about 30 minutes left.
Okay.
Then I'll be in to make your fish and tots. Okay. My dad's favorite meal every night is fish and tots. Fish and sweet tots. This is when, see, that is so weird that it does that. It's like, this is when I was, I guess I should scoot over here. This is when I did the the Heineken experience in Amsterdam, Netherlands, right here. Yeah, he finally came out. I heard him in there yelling. He already went back inside camp, so I'll have to tell him later. Yeah, he said it's going to storm out here. I'm going back inside. He said, tell everybody I'm going back inside. All right, so Glastonbury Tour. Number 9 on the list is Mount Kalash pilgrimage in Tibet. I would love to go to Tibet. I would love to go to Tibet. See, I'll be upfront with you guys. I am more of a Buddhist and Taoist. Here in the States, most people say Taoist or Taoist. It's Taoist, but the traditional way to say it is Taoist. Like the T is D, so it's Taoist. I'm more of a Buddhist or a Taoist. Now, I want to tell you guys, like I said over on Instagram, Buddhism or Taoism is not a religion. It is a philosophy of life. Buddhists actually, most people don't know this, but Buddhists actually believe in God. Not necessarily the Christian God, but a God, the supreme being. So in Buddhism, when you strive to reach enlightenment, you are wanting to become open-minded and so forth as God. Because in Christianity, everybody says that God created us in his likeness, right? So if we're created in his likeness, then we are all gods, technically, to an extent. So in Buddhism, enlightenment means that you are somewhat at the level of God. Like, no superficial things affect you personally. No negative things that come at you in life affect you. Nothing like that affects you. Yo! And that is enlightenment. When you go beyond enlightenment, then that means you have attained the essence of God, basically. But anyway, I digress. Buddhism isn't necessarily a religion. They do believe in God, and they basically love nature and earth and things around you and the way you perceive things and the way you understand, well, perceive is the same, but the way you look at things, the way you allow things to affect you. This is all Buddhism. Like they try to break you out of the box that you were built in when you were a kid, in a sense. So number 9 on the list is the pilgrimage to Tibet. The distance is over 15,000, destination for over 15,000 years for Tibetan monks and so forth. The 52.3 mile trek around Mount Kalash reportedly can erase the sins of a lifetime. The sins of a lifetime. It is supposedly one of the most sacred spots on earth to go visit. A holy pilgrimage site for Hindus, Jains, Bonds, which I'll be honest, I don't know much about Jains and Bonds, but I assume that they're sort of a philosophy of the same magnitude as Buddhism, and also Buddhist beliefs all descend on this pilgrimage. It takes about 3 days to complete, starting at 15,000 feet, and it includes a pass by foot at 18,372 feet. That is far up. That is far up. I believe Mount Everest is like 24,000 feet, so you're pretty darn close to Mount Everest. So what I suggest if you decide to do this pilgrimage is that you do it in increments and take your time so that your body can acclimate to the climate adjustments, to the height adjustments. Otherwise, or altitude adjustments. Otherwise, you'll end up with altitude sickness, and this is not good. You can get very, very ill off of altitude sickness. You'll get like nausea, really bad headaches, super tired all the time, shortness of breath. It's almost like you're sick, but you're not sick. It's just because you're so high that your body isn't used to taking in so much oxygen, and so the oxygen starts depleting from your system. Hold on. All right, sorry guys. Those guys who don't know, who are new to the show, hopefully I didn't lose anybody. I'm still at 7 people. I'm helping take care of my 95-year-old dad, and I love to do my show outside, so I sit outside under the front cover of the house because I enjoy being outside in nature doing the show rather than stuck in some cooped up room and you know, whatever. So I enjoy doing it out here actually. But sometimes Dad needs help, so I gotta leave. I gotta take off. They couldn't get the garage door shut because the wind blew a tarp in front of the red eye on the garage door, so I had to help them figure it out. So anyway, thank you guys for bearing with me. Hopefully you guys don't have an issue with it. I would hope not. But anyway, it is what it is. If you don't like it, tough. It's my dad. Tough. That's the way I look at it. It's my dad. Tough. Go find some other live show to go to. Thanks, Kim. All right, let's move on. So, as I said, the footpath takes you 18,372 feet. According to Buddhist teachings, if you manage to keep going for 108 rounds, you will reach nirvana. That was the other one I was talking about. So you have enlightenment. You have several stages of enlightenment. Honestly, some of the stages, I've hit a couple stages of enlightenment at this point in time since I've been sort of doing this. One of these days, maybe I'll do an episode about my change and how I found myself in inner peace and all that type of stuff to maybe bring out my sort of life coach stuff with you guys. But Yoshi, you ought to recognize this. This is actually Germany. You remember that? You recognize that, Yoshi? Well, that's kind of bright, but anyway, this is Berlin. But anyway, yeah, maybe I need to do something like that. But I've attained a few levels of enlightenment. But I don't know that I really want to hit that upper echelon of enlightenment, because at that point I don't want to say you sort of become a recluse. But I just don't. I don't know. I don't think I want to hit that enlightenment until, like, towards the end of this life form, this skin capsule, as I call it. You're supposed to, especially when you're this. Can I love that comment? I can't put anything on that comment. Anyway, thank you, cuz. I appreciate it so much. Honestly, I am 100% here for my dad. He's been here when I was wee young, and I lost my mom when I was 5. And it's my turn to be here for him, and I have no issues with that. No issues whatsoever. Part of my enlightenment is that I know I'm where I'm supposed to be right now. I try to live in the here and now as much as possible. Some people talk about the future, some people talk about the past. If it's negative, for sure, I'm not even going to pay attention to it. But if it's positive, future and past, I may pay a little of attention to it. But I try to live in the here and now as much as possible, and I feel as though I am right where I'm supposed to be at this moment in my life. So, my dad took care of me when I was young and vulnerable, and he was always there for me, and he sacrificed for me, and now it's my turn to do the same. So, thank you, Sharon. I appreciate it. I do it completely out of love and for nothing else. Literally nothing else. Absolutely nothing else. All right, number 8 on the list is St. Olav's Way in Norway. St. Olav's Way. St. Olaf. So in order to become a saint, you have to do, I think it's like 3 or 4 miracles in your lifetime. It has to be investigated by the Catholic Church. I cannot tell you what St. Olaf's miracles were. But I know that St. Olaf was a Viking that turned Christian that became a saint, to my knowledge. If I am wrong, I apologize. You can correct me in the comments below. But I believe that is how it went. But St. Olaf's Way is roughly 400 miles long. So you'll probably need to block out some time. To give you guys an idea, the Camino that I did from St. Jean Pied de Port to Santiago, what is this? No, skip trial. And that is not me. I don't know who that is or why he is on there. But it's that stupid cat. Have you guys seen that cat? So apparently, playlists. So I'm just gonna play. I already went through 5 of those. That's kind of crazy. All right, this week I promise. I need to remember. I am going to do. I'll just do South Africa playlist. Yoshi will like this one, South Africa playlist. I promise you guys this week I'm going to do my best to try to get a playlist together for Pint Time. So I don't have to keep pausing. Anyway, St. Olaf's Way is roughly 400 miles long, so block out some time. To give you guys an idea, when I walked the Camino de Santiago, it was roughly about 980 kilometers, which is close to 600, 700 miles. It took me, I think, 38 or 40 days the first time. I think it took me 40 days, which is pretty interesting. 40 days, 40 nights. Noah and the Lost Ark, like really Lost Ark, that's never been found. But so that takes like 36 to 40 something days. So this one is 400 miles, so I would block out, but you want to enjoy things and see things, so I would block out 3 weeks to 4 weeks to do it, because Norway is beautiful. Landscape wise, Norway is stunningly beautiful. Take time to take in the scenery. The medieval European pilgrims who traveled to St. Olaf's tomb in Trondheim, which over on Instagram I found out that that my backpacker bro Yoshi, who's on right now, has actually been to Trondheim. Yeah, but to know that 20 kilometers is nowhere. Other trips. Nowhere is really tough landscape. Oh, Norway is really tough. Yeah, Yoshi, I got you. That 700 kilometers on Camino is like holiday in Norway. Well, Yoshi, I wouldn't necessarily. I mean, the Pyrenees Mountains and the Galicia Mountains are pretty hardcore. I would say that's fairly close to or half the amount of Norway and the Olaf way, I would assume. Now, there is a very flat spot through the middle of Spain that can be very hot and desolate at times, with hay fields and sunflowers, but yet still beautiful. But I wouldn't necessarily say the Camino is a holiday next to Olaf's Way. I would say Olaf's Way is probably like the Pyrenees for 400 miles, or the Galicia Mountains for 400 miles. I would guess. But then again, Yoshi's been there, so I can't say for sure. But anyway, basically at the end you get to see St. Olaf's tomb, and then it takes you to the Nidaros Cathedral at the end of your trek, where I assume St. Olaf's remains are today. Number 7 on the list, Kumano, the Kumano Ancient Trail in Japan. Almost spilled that. The Kumano Ancient Trail in Japan. Japan is another country I would absolutely love to go to. My father fought in World War II. He was on Operation Olympic, that was to do another D-Day invasion on the coast of Japan, outside of Okinawa, or not Okinawa, Nagasaki. I can't remember the other town where he was. Yokohama. It was going to be like Yokohama to Nagasaki, I believe. But anyway, that was when Truman dropped the bombs, and as devastating as they were, and as many innocent lives that though Big John and Little John took, it did end the war. It did end the war, and probably saved many more lives when it came to war. So, Japan is a bit memorial to me. It's a bit, because my father was there and he was in Nagasaki, and I saw old black and white pictures from his Japanese camera from Nagasaki, and Mount, oh my God, I can't think of the name of it now. What's the big mountain there in Japan. Oh my God, I can't think of it now. Mount Fuji. I knew I'd remember it. Mount Fuji. And he actually went up parts of Mount Fuji and hiked up parts of Mount Fuji. So for me, like, to be in Japan around that area where my father was when he was 18 years old and he's now 95, that would be absolutely stunning for me. So that would be an amazing sort of experience. This is when I was in South Africa. This was in Wandi, at Wandi's place in Soweto. And the girl that worked there was like taking me around and showing me all the different food on the buffet. And then I ended up deciding to get the buffet so I could try several different things. Yeah, but everyone have to know that 20 kilometers in Norway are like 40 to 50 kilometers on other trips. Norway is a really tough landscape. It's hard to make hiking trips there. Yeah, I would say, Yoshi, it's probably because it's like at a 45 or a 90 constantly. That's where your thighs burn, your hips hurt, you're using muscles that you never used before, which is similar to the Pyrenees and the Galicia Mountains. Now, Yoshi didn't go through the Pyrenees because he went through the Camino Norte, where he came in north of Spain. So he didn't go through the Pyrenees Mountains that separate basically Spain and France. But the Pyrenees Mountains went up 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 feet. So maybe even higher than that. So 700 kilometers on Camino as a holiday. Norway will take all your skills and power. Man, Yoshi, you're trying to turn people away from doing Olaf's way. But either way, I would love to do it. And Yoshi, if you got to carry me on your back, you're going to do it. How's that? I'm just playing. All right, I talked about Japan already. 10 centuries ago, many emperors made this trek, the Kumano Ancient Trail, a trek popular. This ancient trail is located in the Kai mountains, south of Osaka, and leads to 3 sacred shrines and tea houses. The trek itself is an integral part of the pilgrimage process, as emperors and aristocrats rigorous religious rituals and rites where they experienced rigorous religious, that's so hard to say, rituals and rites of worship and purification. Mostly back then in China, it was, we'll say, a bit of a mix between Taoism, Confucianism, Buddhism, and I can't remember the other one. But Chinese quote-unquote religion was more philosophy-based than religious-based. Most of those religions do not have necessarily like a god. Although the Buddhists believe in God, they don't necessarily project that. But when they talk about attaining enlightenment or nirvana, that is being like God, because God created us in His likeness, right? So it's more of a philosophy type situation. The trek itself is an integral part of the pilgrimage process as emperors and aristocrats, as I said. This is an amazing experience in ancient and local culture. And don't forget to relax on your trek at one of the many hot spring hotels. Now, these aren't like hotels. These are like motels or Airbnbs to an extent. They're relatively small places, but there is a lot of thermo activity around there, so there's a lot of hot springs. So who knows? Maybe you could jump at the hot spring with a few snow monkeys. You never know. That's how snow monkeys warm up. Jump in the hot spring. But Kimono Ancient Trail, Japan, very cool. I would absolutely love to do that. The next is the Inca Trail in Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu, Peru. Another one that is on my bucket list. I absolutely want to go to Machu Picchu. It is a fairly high altitude to hike. Again, anytime you get into high altitude, make sure that maybe you go 1,000 feet and then stop, and 1,000 feet and then stop. Allow your body to acclimate for at least 24 to 48 hours before you continue on. Otherwise, you'll end up with altitude sickness. Altitude sickness won't necessarily kill you, but you will feel like you're dead. I personally have never had it, thank goodness. Some people don't suffer from it at all. Other people get it. So, it's sort of like seasickness. Some people can go out on a boat and ride for days and months and years and not have a problem. Other people go out, and as soon as they get 5 miles offshore, they're puking over the side of the boat. It's the same way with altitude sickness. Some people's bodies just automatically acclimate as you go up. Other people's bodies need to rest. So if you do something such as Machu Picchu, even if you don't do the trek to Machu Picchu and you do the bus ride to Machu Picchu, I would highly suggest altitude acclimating before or as you go to the top, so that way you don't get sick, because it will mess you up. You'll get tired, you'll be exhausted, you'll be sick, you won't want to eat, just many different things. This unforgettable trek is very inspirational and life-changing while you take in the beauty of the Andes Mountains all around you on the trail that was built over 500 years ago. Experts believe that the Incas built this trail as a sort of pilgrimage to enter the city of Machu Picchu. How about that? The comments are staying up there all the time. That's bad if that's how. Yeah, Yoshi, for sure. That really. Believe me, the landscape. Another level like the Camino. Yoshi, you and I need to do Trenheim and Olaf's Way. Absolutely. Maybe you'll be carrying me on your back. I can only imagine, because I know both the Pyrenees and the Galicia Mountains in Spain got me. Like, mostly my thighs. My thighs were burning like crazy. When I was climbing up the Pyrenees on the Camino, it was literally like this. I'm like this. I got my stick. I'm like bent almost at a 90 degree trying to climb up the Pyrenees mountain. It was insane. It was beautiful. But man, it kicked my butt. Kicked my butt. Machu Picchu was discovered over 100 years ago by explorer Hiram Bingham, which I think was from actually the UK. This is roughly a 27-mile hike and can be challenging, mostly due to rough terrain and the altitude. Machu Picchu is also up pretty high. I can't remember the exact feet that is up, or kilometers or meters that it is up, but it is up pretty high. Well, just take 27 miles, divide it into kilometers, and it will tell you. Or take kilometers divided into miles, or miles in. However. But I would take about 2 days. It's my boy Cobus. This is at the Soweto Brewery. Yoshi, you know Cobus? Our brother from another. Man, I love that guy. I haven't talked to him in a while. I've sent him a few messages through WhatsApp, but man, I love Cobus. I freaking love Cobus, dude. He's like, he's like, we're like two peas in a pod, bro. I mean, man, I love that guy. His face, he kills me. Yeah, I see him take a cheers to him. Yeah, absolutely, Yoshi. Cheers to Cobus. At any rate, man's making all kinds of noise, but I haven't done much left yet. I'm almost done, and we'll move on. But you want to try and pass through the sun gate that leads into Machu Picchu. You want to try to pass through the sun gate at sunrise. So basically, man, there goes the time. 6:40. I gotta hurry up. I got like 20 minutes so I can get Dad some food. So anyway, you really want to pass through the sun gate going into Machu Picchu as the sun rises above the mountains. That would just be absolutely stunning. You don't necessarily want to show up there at midday or something like that. You want to see some either. Depends on whether you're from Europe or from America. It's either either or either. But anyway, yeah. To see the landscapes and everything at sunrise would be absolutely stunning. The next one is, oh wait, yeah, that's it for the Inca Trail. All right, the next one is number 5. It is Krog Patrick, I believe. It is Croagh Patrick in the County Mayo in Ireland. This trek is roughly 2,509 feet. Man, it's looking pretty ghastly out there. But no rain yet. It's just making a lot of noise, but no rain. It's really weird. The trek is roughly about 2,509 feet. And when you get there, you will enjoy amazing views of the west coast of Ireland. When I was over on Instagram, my friend Jordan, who was on there, or no, it was Yoshi actually. Sorry, Yoshi. It was Yoshi who said I would love to see views from the east coast of Ireland. I'll be honest with you guys, like whether it's the east coast or the west coast, the views of Ireland are absolutely stunningly amazing. Whether you're looking over the thought I heard somebody yelling. Whether you're looking over the amazing Irish Sea or the Atlantic, either way, whether you're at the Cliffs of Moher or you're there at the Krog Patrick or whatever it is, man, I keep hearing. Oh, I'm hearing the video. I've been hearing my video up here. I thought I had it muted, but I'm hearing the video. That's funny. That's hilarious. Maybe I should. Yeah, there we go. All right, it's down. It's muted. I'm like, who is that yelling? And here it was them yelling in the video. This was Sun City Center in South Africa near Plonsburg National Park. It was a cultural experience at Sun City. Absolutely beautiful. I loved every minute of it. I loved every minute. You guys know I'm a cultural guy, man. I love it. I got immersed in that while I was there. I actually sat in the king's chair and everything. It was really cool. He is lekker, man. Yeah, Yoshi, he is lekker. He is lekker, man. Him and Ernst and Neil and Charlene. Oh, man, that whole Camino was lekker. It was lekker. For those of you who don't know, lekker in Afrikaans is like awesome, brilliant, great. It's that sort of reflection. So if you ever hear South African who speaks Afrikaans, there's a fair amount of them here in the United States and around the world. But if you ever hear one of them say it's lekker, like, man, that was lekker, that means that was awesome. That was great. That was good. I really enjoyed that. That's lekker. 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 I did not know that until Kobus and Neil and Ernst and Yoshi taught that to me, because Yoshi actually speaks some Afrikaans. I really wish I could upload the episodes that I have from the TV show in South Africa that Yoshi and I were in, called Elders de Camino, with Ernst Grundling. That specific series was filmed by Neil and Palma Productions, his production company. The drone pilot and camera person was Kobus, and they're all from South Africa. I really wish I could upload those episodes that they sent me to my various social medias. We had some great episodes there, Yoshi, didn't we? Absolutely stunning. Sharon, go to Ireland. What are you waiting on? Africans in the U.S. I did not know that. Oh yeah, Yoshi, we have a ton of we have a ton of Africans in the U.S. Now, I'm not talking African Americans that were brought here hundreds of years ago. I'm talking like Africans, which they could still be called African Americans if they live here, but South Africans as well. Even in the small town that I live in here, one day I was at Mattress Firm with one of my best friends since I was very little. He's probably the oldest best friend that I have, and I love that guy to death. I would do anything for him, and his name is Adam. Adam and I have been friends since second grade. He is literally probably my oldest or second oldest friend. He runs a couple mattress firms here in town. And one day I was up there visiting with him, just, talking and chatting and visiting or whatever. And Yoshi, some South Africans came in, and they were looking for a bed. They just moved in town from like Tampa or something. And I picked up on the accent, because if you have been around South Africans, you know right away. You know right away based off their accent, which I absolutely love. I absolutely love their English accent. Oh man, it is so cool. But I automatically picked up on his accent, and as soon as I overheard their accent, I said, "You're from South Africa, aren't you?" And he said, "Yeah, why?" And I said, "Because I spent time in South Africa. I was in Cape Town and Soweto and Pilanesberg, etc., Florida Junction," which is kind of crazy. Where Kobus lives is Florida Junction. And literally, like, the mall is called Margate Mall. We had a Margate Mall here in Florida. It was insane while I was there. It was like Broward Drive, Miami Way. I mean, it was just absolutely insane. Very cool. I felt like I was at home, but I wasn't at home. It was just really weird. But anyway, try not to get taken off by some of those trip memories coming back to me, but sometimes it's hard not to. But yeah, that was stunning. That was stunning. Dad's calling me, so he's probably like ready for dinner. All right, let's see. We left off on Inca Trail, right? So number 5, Patrick, County Mayo in Ireland. I absolutely loved it. No, I already talked about Ireland because I talked about the West Coast. Yeah, and I talked about Yoshi. So we're good to go. Over 1 million people from across the world make this journey every year to follow in the footsteps, and many do it barefoot, as I said before. Now, what I want to say is that this is a pilgrimage because this mount in Ireland is supposedly where St. Patrick himself sat on this mount and prayed and fasted for 40 days. So, you know, the whole 40 days, 40 nights thing, that was like the thing. So he fasted and prayed for 40 days, which I couldn't imagine how skinny I would be if I fasted for 40 days. I do intermittent fast. Sometimes I intermittent fast for 24 hours, 26 hours, I think, was my longest. I would like to work myself up to a 72-hour fast. At a 72-hour fast, which if you guys haven't looked into fasting or intermittent fasting, you need to do so, because if you fast for 72 hours or more, your DNA actually regenerates. So your DNA removes all of the defective DNA and regenerates new DNA. There's a protein in your DNA that also removes defective DNA that multiplies. For those of you who may not know, certain cancers, or most cancers, are created this way. It is that you have a protein deficiency and you get tumors because you have there's a certain protein in your DNA that pulls out bad DNA. If you have a protein deficiency in that DNA, then it doesn't get removed, and therefore it continuously replicates, and then you get tumors and so forth from that replication. And that's basically where cancer comes from. It's a defective gene that is allowed to continuously replicate without anything attacking it, because you have that protein deficiency. Just an FYI. Yeah, Kathy, the body and mind are amazing. I fast all the time. Cool, Sharon. Cool. Fasting is great. Fasting is great. Don't let anybody think that it's not. Fasting does a lot. Fasting does a lot of good things. Anyway, over 1 million people from across the world make the journey to follow in St. Patrick's footsteps. It's challenging. It's a 2.5-hour trek, but the views are worth it. You can attend Mass at the chapel at the end of the hike before heading back down for a well-deserved Jameson or Guinness. Because when in Ireland, you got to get a Jameson or a Guinness. Or you could go with Bushmills, or you could go with Tullamore Dew. So Tullamore Dew, Bushmills, and Jameson are my 3 favorite whiskeys in Ireland. Now, there are a lot of other whiskeys, but all 3 of those, I believe, are all triple distilled, which takes a lot of the bitterness and bite out of the whiskey. But I absolutely love those 3 whiskeys. Those are my top 3 favorites. Number 4 on the list is Char Dham, India. Char Dham, or Chardham, refers to 4 pilgrimage sites that are important to Hindus. Now, you don't have to be a Hindu in order to do this hike, actually, or to do this pilgrimage. It can be a spiritual pilgrimage as well, because Hindus aren't necessarily like all-defining religion, so to speak, if I may say. Hinduism, the only thing is that the cow is sacred, so they don't eat beef. Now, if you go to Google and you search Hindu religion or whatever, you may come across some situations where Hindus have attacked Muslims, and it's mostly because the Muslims eat beef. So when a Muslim eats beef or kills a cow, the Hindus get upset because the cow is sacred. They think that the cow is life, basically. So there you have it. But yeah, definitely got to do the hike and go down and get your Jameson or Guinness. Or, I'm sorry, I got screwed up. Sorry, guys. Chardon refers to 4 pilgrimages, which I already talked about. This pilgrimage is located just below the Himalaya Mountains at the foothills of the Himalaya Mountains. You don't have to be Hindu, like I said, to do this experience. Over 250,000 people every year make this trek to Chardon. Most Hindus want to visit at least one of the sites in a lifetime. You start at the temple town of Haridwar, and you can also start from Rishikesh or Dehradun. Yoshi's bailing. 1 o'clock, and Amarula was a bit tasty. That's great, Yoshi. All right, man. Love you, backpacker, bro. I will chat with you later. I am sure. I take a shot and send cheers. Cheers, bro. Cheers, Yoshi. Yoshi probably went through the whole bottle of Amarula in the 2 shows. Yoshi, everybody loves you, man. Everybody loves you. And I'm about ready, Yoshi, to talk about your thing. So Yoshi is also from Sri Lanka. This is when Kobus' daughter was dancing with the African cultural people. Adam's Peak in Sri Lanka. There is a depression at the summit of the mountain that is shrouded in legend, and it's called the Sacred Footprint. The original Buddhist stories claim that this footprint is Buddha's, Gautama Buddha. Or Gautama Buddha. Hindus believe that this is the footprint of Shiva, which is their god that has an elephant face and like 6 or 8 arms. That is their god. I forget what the Shiva is the god of. I apologize. My boy Gabriel Traveler would know far better about this because he is well versed in Hinduism. Gabriel Traveler is traveling across India right now. If you want to see some very cool, very, very cool India videos that I've seen from him, check him out. Search Gabriel Traveler on YouTube. You'll find him right away. And search his new uploads from India. He's been to India several times, but he's in India again, and he's doing a different type of India, like the India that nobody travels kind of India. So very cool. Adam's Peak mostly remains a Buddhist pilgrimage and for over 1,000 years. It is best to climb in the dark hours of the morning, so that you reach the summit at the time of sunrise. The journey is only about 4.3 miles long, but it is pretty steep, and it takes a few I can't understand what I wrote. But basically, taking the views and everything on the way up. And definitely make a few stops at a lot of the tea houses on the way up there. And get to have that experience with the local culture and what they represent. Because you will learn a lot of different things from that. I wonder if I... Yeah, I guess it's kind of whiting out there. Anyway, this is Pilanesberg National Park right here. But it's kind of whiting out a lot. In South Africa. Number 2 is the Bodhi Gaya, India. Bodhi Gaya in India. The Buddhist tradition states that over 2,600 years ago, Gautama Buddha, which was the first Buddha, sat beneath the Bodhi tree here and attained enlightenment by fasting and meditating for many days. This is the way this is why Buddhists from around the world come to this legendary site every year, where the Bodhi tree still exists or still stands. Although this Buddha tree or Bodhi tree is actually a grafted tree from the original. So the original tree obviously wouldn't last 2,000 years. And so they took parts of that tree over the years and grafted it. So there are parts of the original grafted tree at this specific spot. The history on Buddha is amazing. If you search the history on Buddha, you will find that why it was more of a philosophy than a religion. Good night, cuz. Oh, good night. Good night, Yoshi. Yeah, it's 1 a.m. over there. So, mostly Buddhists or monks from Thailand, Bhutan, and many other nations wander around the city and visiting sites in the main Maha-Buddha temple, which is based around Gautama Buddha. Routes to both Gaya often pass through the famous Hindu pilgrimage routes. I'll plug this in. The famous Hindu routes that pass by the Ganges River. So, if you've never looked up Hinduism before or anything like that, the Ganges River is a sacred river when it comes to Hinduism. A lot of people who know that they're going to die go there and stay in a hotel right on the Ganges River until they die. Then they are taken to the Ganges River where they are burned into ash or cremated. And then their family members take their ash and spread it into the Ganges River. It is a very religious river for Hinduism. They call it like the river of life and many other things. Number 1 on the list is, of course, the Camino de Santiago. The Camino de Santiago is a pilgrimage that starts generally on the way of St. James in Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port, France, on the other side of the Pyrenees Mountains. So you have to hike over the Pyrenees Mountains, come down the Pyrenees Mountains into Zibiri, or Osibiro. Osibiro? I think it's Osibiro. Then you come into Zibiri and Pamplona and so on. And you trek across over 600 miles of Spain. So I did the hike twice. The first time I started in St. John, 600 plus miles to Santiago, and then on to Fister. The second time I started in Cacabelos, which was roughly about 200 kilometers or about 150 miles outside of Santiago. And then I did that trek. That trek took me about 16, 18 days or so. The first time took me about 40 something days, I think it was, to do. But it is an absolutely amazing trek. Pilgrims, both religious and spiritual, make this trek over 900 kilometers to arrive in the tomb of St. James the Apostle of Jesus, whose remains are under the altar in St. James Cathedral or St. James Basilica or the Basilica of Santiago de Compostela, whichever you want to call it. It is a small silver sarcophagus. If you guys didn't know, the average height of the European back then was about 5'2". So the sarcophaguses are very small, with the remains in them. This is one of the most popular routes in all of Europe. This popular route starts in Saint Jean Pied de Port, as I said, and ends in Santiago, with the option to go on to Fisterra, Spain, which back in Roman times was called the end of the world. That is what Fisterra meant back then. There's over 200,000 pilgrims or pellegrinos. When you get into Spain, you're called pellegrino, that travel this route every year. There are several routes you can take on the Camino, St. James being the most popular. After that, there's the Camino Norte that Yoshi took, which is another popular route, which goes along the northern coast of Spain and then comes down south into Santiago. And then the other route is from Spain, or from Portugal, sorry. It starts in Portugal around Lisbon and goes north right into Compostela, or Santiago de Compostela. It is a beautiful, beautiful trek. I have talked about it many times on many of my shows, and I absolutely love it. And I will do it again. I will do it again for the third time. I will do it. I follow a lot of Camino groups, and I saw one guy that did the Camino like 12 times. I thought 2 times was pretty good, but 12 times, man, he must live close to the Camino. That's all I can say. But anyway, that is it, man. If you guys have any other questions, comments, concerns, anything, fill me up with them. And then I got to get in there and make Dad's fish and tots before he goes to bed. Got all that done. Thanks, cuz. I appreciate it. Yeah, cuz I saw you were still here. It was Yoshi I meant to say goodnight to you. It's like 1 a.m. over. Yoshi in Germany, where he's at, they're about 5 or 6 hours ahead. So it's 7:08 p.m. here. Which this show went way over. But it's all good. Yeah, Kim, you gotta add some to your list. You guys are so cute. I love it. I love it that I have this camaraderie on Facebook where there's like this core group of you that are like family. And that's brilliant. That's great, because that's what I want. I want people to connect. I want people to connect from around the world. And I love it when Yoshi gets on, or Krill, or Martin from Sweden, who hasn't been on yet. Krill was on in the beginning, but absolutely stunning. This is when I was in Africa, and I said, "Africa, I love you." Anyway, all right, guys. If you don't have any more questions about any of the treks or anything, I guess I will catch you guys next week. Pint Time family. Absolutely, Kim. Pint Time family. See you next Saturday, and have a good week. Thanks, cuz. I appreciate it. You too. Here till the end. You guys are so cute. I appreciate your guys' support. I really, really, really do. I can't thank you guys enough. Please share the live with people, especially after it uploads. Please share the live with everybody. I really appreciate it. I cannot thank you guys enough for everything, honestly. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without you guys. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. And until next week, until next Saturday, I will see you guys on Pint Time. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok too, because I'll be doing brief Pint Time TikToks on there. It may not be every Saturday. It might be a couple times a week. I don't know. But I'll figure it out. But I thought TikTok would be a great place to do a brief Pint Time. It's only about 3 minutes. I only give you one little snippet travel tip, and I try one beer for you guys, and then I move on. So if you don't have a TikTok and you want to sign up for TikTok. Follow me on TikTok. Check out the 3-minute Pint Time on TikTok. And then catch the long version of Pint Time on Instagram and YouTube. I'm really digging YouTube. I kind of like it. So who knows if I'll go back to Facebook. YouTube's kind of treating me pretty good. So anyway, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Please share the live and all that stuff. I appreciate you guys. Until next Saturday, I'll catch you next Saturday on Pint Time with Backpacker Mike. And as always, peace, love, and let's continue to experience this beautiful world together. Until next time, have a great week. Peace.